healed? Why should I bother with healing? Can't I just ignore all of these problems and focus on all the goodness that life has to offer and then just keep moving towards my desires? Why should I bother with healing? This was a question that I was asked recently, and I have also asked this question to myself many times in the past, and I thought I'll answer this question in this video. Hi, this is Danya Ashokan and welcome to another video of Finding Home in Yourself. Imagine there is a wound in your body, and because there is a wound in your body, anytime even something as slight as a feather falls on that wound, it'll cause you a lot of disturbance and it would really trigger you. But suppose we just try to slap a band-aid on this wound or apply some ointment topically and then just move forward with our life, then this wound might for sure heal. But unless you change the underlying pattern or the behavior that caused this wound to occur in the first place, you might go ahead and create other wounds. But instead, if you're choosing to look at this wound, try to understand why this wound occurred, how exactly you can change your behaviors to make sure that these wounds don't occur again, that is when truly internal healing would have happened to this wound. Remember, there are no mistakes in this universe. Everything happens for a reason. Even the worst possible situations in life are only trying to teach us something. If we can pause, choose to sit with it, and then try to understand what the situation is trying to teach us, it will be much more easier for us to keep moving forward. Now, this was a physical wound, and since this was a physical wound, it was much more easier for us to understand why we need to heal our wounds, because we understand that we need our body. But what about our mind? Our mind has been actively working with us, partnering with us, and helping us create the life that we have created so far. But we take our mind for granted. The thing is, our mind is like a sponge. It has been actively absorbing everything that has been going on in its environment, even though you were conscious of it or not. So for example, if someone said something really mean about you, to you in your childhood, that has been registered in your mind subconsciously or unconsciously, and you just chose to ignore it and move forward with your life, you might have been able to move forward. But there might have been an aspect within yourself that actually heard and absorbed the entire situation and the entire thing that they said as your own truth, and then formed a belief about yourself based on what they said. Now, since you were a child back then, you didn't know that what others were saying were only their opinions. You actually took it in as the absolute truth and then formed beliefs about yourself based on what they said. But now that you have grown up, it is your responsibility to sit with it and heal it. Because the thoughts that we are exposed to determine our beliefs, and our beliefs determine the actions that we take with our life, and all of this together determine our destiny. So the things that we try to do superficially, like changing our actions, might not lead the most effective results because the root cause is still intact and it still hasn't been attended to. But on the other hand, if you choose to work on the root cause, which are your thoughts, then automatically all other areas will start reflecting a holistic healing and holistic growth because the root cause has been identified and addressed. But this doesn't mean that you have to start digging up your entire past and then consciously examine everything that happened to you in your past. Instead, you can just move forward with your life and keep progressing with your goals. But whenever you feel triggered or whenever you feel a painful emotion come up within yourself, that is when you would sit with it and heal it. And then keep moving forward. And again something else comes up, then you examine it, sit with it and heal it. And then keep moving forward. And sometimes you don't even have to look at why you have a particular belief. All you have to do is to recognize that you have a particular self-limiting belief and work on healing it. The mere act of you recognizing it and observing it without identifying with it and remaining with it can help you offer space for that emotion to communicate with you, whatever it is trying to communicate, and then get released from your nervous system. I know we digressed a little bit, but essentially the reason why we should focus on healing our wounds instead of just ignoring them is for our own holistic well-being. When we focus on holistic well-being, which is the proper integration of all aspects of our life, we will see that wellness flowing into and nourishing all the different areas of our life. And that is exactly why healing is important. Healing also helps us stay connected to our source. Most of us find it very easy to stay connected to our source when we are engaged in some sort of a spiritual practice like praying or meditating or journaling and so on. But what about the rest of the hours or the rest of the day? In the 1 hour that we were engaged in that particular spiritual practice, we were fully connected with the source and we were fully aligned. But if we are not at all conscious in the remaining 23 hours, then the default programming may take over and all the unhealed wounds may start influencing our thought, beliefs and actions. And as I mentioned before, our thought, beliefs and actions create a reality. So these wounds would now start manifesting as different problems that we face in the different areas of our life. It's not that when we heal one particular wound, then all the problems in all the areas of our life will start disappearing. The intention here is to become very conscious about all of our thoughts and beliefs that we continuously tell ourselves that create our reality. And to heal yourself, all you need to do is to sit with your limiting beliefs consciously. And when you sit with it and heal it, you can start living your life to its fullest potential. Problems may still occur and you may start seeing newer wounds getting exposed, but it is a journey. Every time a new wound gets exposed, you would sit with it and heal it. Because carrying all of these wounds is just a painful way of living. But there is a much more joyful way of living where you can be free of all of these burdens that you're carrying with you and then just liberate yourself and then just live your life to your fullest potential. And that is exactly the reason why you may want to choose to heal yourself and sit with your pain so that you can experience the joy of being, the joy of life and the joy of being human. And if you have any questions on how you can get started on your healing journey, I have created an entire playlist on my YouTube channel where I share different tools and techniques that you can use to start healing yourself. I really hope that this video inspires you to get started on your journey of healing yourself and also start creating a life that is wilder than your wildest imaginations. I know that many people today are really aware about why they need to get started on the journey of healing themselves, but I wanted to make this video specifically for those people who are still not sure about why they should be healing themselves. And I hope that this video inspires you to get started on that journey. I truly believe that this life can be truly magical and Divine has placed a lot of desires within our hearts so that we can create them in our life. And if we can take all aspects of ourselves as we move forward with this journey, the journey becomes much more joyful. So that's all I have for you guys today. I really hope that you found this video to be valuable. And if you did, do not forget to hit the like button below and also subscribe to my channel for more such videos. Sending a lot of love and peace towards each and every one of you. Thank you all for tuning in. Until next time, take care and bye.